close. UK coach Mark Stoops reviews 2018 spring game. Jon Hale, Courier Journal, Lexington, Kentucky. A month out from the start of preseason camp, it's time to start looking ahead to the 2018 Kentucky football season. In a 12-part series, Courier Journal is taking a closer look at each of UK's games this fall. How can the Wildcats win each game? How could they lose? The series continues today with the Week 3 game against Murray State. How Kentucky can beat Murray State. Since the schedule permanently expanded to 12 games in 2006, Kentucky has won each of its annual games against an FCS opponent. Those victories have come by an average 29 points per game, so even a poor performance in Week 3 should be enough to handle a Murray State team that finished 8th of 9 teams in the Ohio Valley Conference last season and lost to Louisville by 45 points. More, how Kentucky football can end its losing streak to Florida in 2018. See also, how Kentucky football can and can't beat Central Michigan. A half of Benny Snell should be enough to make UK coaches comfortable handing players further down the depth chart some much-needed experience here. It seems likely Kentucky could use both Gunnar Hoak and Terry Wilson, the leaders for the starting quarterback job, at some point in the first 2 games, but in the event that hasn't, it will be a necessity to find the backup some reps against Murray State. The strength of Kentucky's defense will be its returning experience, but Mark Stoops' team should be able to beat Murray State while giving what is an inexperienced group of second-team linebackers extensive reps in this game. How Kentucky can lose to Murray State. Imagine the absolute worst-case scenario for a Kentucky football game. A disastrous start to the season results in a shocking loss to Central Michigan and blowout at Florida. Injuries sideline stars Benny Snell, Josh Allen, Mike Edwards and C.J. Conrad. Both Wilson and Hoak implode in the first 2 losses, leaving UK to turn to one of its redshirt freshman quarterbacks, and a defense that struggled mightily against the run a year ago manages to somehow get worse despite its returning experience. Even in that scenario, Kentucky probably should still beat Murray State in Week 3. More, how a trip west can help Terry Wilson win the Kentucky quarterback job. See also, the 5 best games on Kentucky football's 2018 schedule. One reason for caution is a couple closer than expected games against FCS teams in the last 3 years for UK, and the Wildcats are probably still not good enough to overlook any opponent and cruise to victory. The Wildcats needed an improbable comeback to beat Eastern Kentucky in overtime in 2015 and trailed the Colonels at halftime a year ago. Even in a 36-point win over FCS Austin Peay in 2016, UK was forced to abandon its plan to rest starting quarterback Stephen Johnson after falling behind 13-0 in the second quarter. But while those performances were each embarrassing on some level, Kentucky was still able to win each game. Simply put, a loss to Murray State this fall would be the most embarrassing defeat in the modern history of the program. The details. Kentucky vs. Murray State, September 15, 2018, Noon TV, SEC Network. Alternate. Jon Hale, Jon Hale at Courier-Journal.com, Twitter, @Jon Hale. CJ supports strong local journalism by subscribing today. www.courier-journal.com/Jon.